I'm Alexis Ann,
I'm the sexy editor.
aka my husband. So we have a book out on Monday, Summer Heat.
It's her book, not we. It's her book. It's awesome.
Anyway. So since he will not be here on Monday to celebrate with me, we have drinks tonight, and we're going to talk about the book. If you have any questions, hit us up. And otherwise, we're just going to start talking about the book, because I think we're the only two people on the planet who've actually read it.
Cool. You heard it first here, because nobody else has heard it yet.
So Summer Heat is the 5th book in the Storm-Inside series, and it is June's book. June is Eve's youngest sister, and it's a Romeo and Juliet type romance. It's a forbidden love.
There's no suicide at the end.
No suicide at the end.
Just in case you're worried.
Just the feuding families and the forbidden love aspect. Oy, that's crazy town. I mean, we're like 30 feet from the router.
Not even 30 feet from the router. Not even. I can.
And our kids are getting ice now.
I might be able to actually see the router if I look that way. It's really close. So sorry about the connection issues if it happens again.
Yep. So where were we? We were talking about what Summer Heat is about. It's the Romeo and Juliet.
Forbidden love, but no suicide.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, what did you think?
I thought it was a good book. I read all of her books, and I do all the initial edits, and I do a lot of her, making sure there's no typos or missed words, all that, whatever, proofreading,
His main task is to make sure that he enjoys the book, because if he enjoys the book, then you enjoy the book.
True story. This was a good book. This was probably one of my favorites to read since Tempt. It's one of those where, you read some books and you can't put them down. You read other books and, you can put it down at the end of the chapter and you can pick it up later and you can string them out for a while or whatever. Social grooming. But this one was a lot of fun. I kept begging her for more pages. And
yes. I would be like, here are the pages. Read them when you can. And he's traveling during the week. So he'd get on a plane and he'd get off the plane and be like, that was really good. Here are the pages. Can I have more now?
It's like, why'd you cut me off there? That's the worst place to stop. It's like serial cliffhangers, and I had to live through 5 cliffhangers while reading this book because I had to keep waiting for more pages.
Like, I'm writing. All right, you'll have more. You'll have more in 48 hours. Yes, I can do that.
Fine. I'll go hide in a hole until I get the rest of the book.
It was actually really exciting because I've been in a weird place writing, and so I was having trouble really sticking with this story and getting it written. So, and then looking back at it as I was revising it, thinking, oh God, maybe I shouldn't have done that, and I shouldn't have done that, and I shouldn't have done that, and why did I go there? This scene is horrible. Why did I write this scene? And then,
I love that scene. It was great. That was one of my favorites.
So I had to start revising my belief in Summer Heat, and that and by the end I was like, oh yeah, that was good times. And
yeah, that's good stuff.
So what did you think of Roman? Let's start with Roman.
So Roman's the kind of guy that pretty much every girl likes, right? So he's a strong character. He's a dude, he's a very masculine kind of guy. He's got his stuff together, but he's also not afraid to stick to his guns. He doesn't have to impress anybody else. He knows what he knows, and he knows what he wants, and so nothing else matters, right? The whole wandering eye thing just isn't him, because he knows what he wants, and so whatever it is that he's got to do to get it, he'll do, and that's cool. That's what I like about him. So it's totally cool to be a guy with emotions, and to know what you like and know what you love, and to go get that.
Yeah, he was interesting to tackle for me.
Why is that?
I don't know. Sip your drink.
I was fairly certain she had a pretty good model of that kind of guy.
I don't know who you're talking about. No, he's a former ball player, and I haven't written a real athlete recently anyway, and so I wanted him to reflect that over-the-top drive that I know from the people in our lives, but at the same time be a romantic hero. So it was interesting working with those factors.
It's interesting because like you said, it's a sport. He's a former ball player, right? So he's not a ball player anymore. Don't want to ruin the book for you, but he's not a ball player anymore.
That's not a secret.
It's not a secret. But he comes from that family, and I think a lot of people can relate to families that push you to be something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So, it doesn't matter if your parents are like, you're going to medical school, right? And you're going to go be a doctor, and you're going to be the best doctor in the world. And why are you straying from that path? You have to be a doctor. And, that family pressure, especially when it's like a legacy industry, where your mom or your dad was super successful in something or was very famous or whatever, or outstanding in their field, stuff like that.
But yeah, that's exactly.
It's that, right. It's that situation. So, his dad was a successful ball player and is pushing him to be that too. And so it's dealing with a lot of that family pressure and trying to figure out how to be your own person despite all of that. So, it's hard to kind of break out of that mold when there's so much pressure.
Yes, and that was really fun to write and explore and dig into. I like to have something meaty with every set of characters to dig in. Oh God, stop it.
Anyway.
This is the second time today. What did I say earlier?
I need you to unkink me.
I
need a massage because
I need someone to unkink me from writing.
That's not possible. It's not gonna happen. You'll never get unkinky. Anyway.
So you're just on a roll, taking everything I say. And
welcome to our world.
That's normally my job.
Yeah, it's good times. It's awesome. I love it.
What did you think? I'm asking you questions like this is a first draft instead of.
I know, right?
Facebook Live.
If any of you watching have questions at all, type them in there and we'll answer those. Otherwise, she's just going to keep grilling me. All right, so ask away. What you got?
So this book, I wrote it in 2 different time periods.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. Like, I loved writing this book. I loved the back and forth because I got to set up something and then we would go back 5 years to what precipitated it, and it just was so much fun. Oh, Eileen says I miss you too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hi, Eileen.
Hi, Eileen. So the fun part about that back and forth, right? So you need the right story to be able to tell those pieces, right? So, and it wasn't just, here, I'm going to tell the back, and now I'm going to tell the now. It was, the way it was intermixed was all in pieces, right? So you get some of now, and then you get a piece of the past, right? That was related to it. And then you get another piece of now, and that leads you somewhere else, and you go back to another piece of the past, right?
And I think that's why it drove you so much to beg for more pages, because
absolutely.
I was giving you little breadcrumbs.
And you kept stopping before I got a piece of bread.
Oh. Yeah.
Withheld the bread.
I have all the bread. The bread is mine.
But it was fun, though. I think this was kind of broke the mold a little bit for a lot of your stuff, because it was much further into the book before.
Yes, he was.
I was
like, okay, you've got half the book now, so you've only got half to go. And he's like, but they haven't done it yet.
It's not your style. Like page 1, page like 10, like somewhere in there, right? So this is very different. It's like halfway through the book, right? And so that's a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm. But I think that it couldn't have happened earlier because of the way the story was structured and the tension going back, the anticipation of these two.
Yep.
So it was in the right spot, and there's plenty of it in the second half of the book, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't like, so that's what was cool about the story, right? So there was a lot actually driving the story. There was a lot of like substance to the story that, you know, you really felt like the characters were what was driving you through the book. It didn't have to have all that other stuff to drive it through. And so while there was some, it wasn't like over the top. And that didn't matter one way or the other because I just kept taking the story because there was just, it was good. It was a good story. Like I said, one of my favorites since Tempt. That was a good one too, though.
There was a lot of plot driving that book too.
There was, right. But it's the same kind of thing, right? So you get that good story, and that's just kind of what, it pulls you through the page to the next page. And then that becomes the next page, and that becomes the next page. And before you know it, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're just putting the book down, right? So, but that's kind of my barometer when I'm reading her books is, you know, did it feel like I spent a lot of time reading, or did it feel like I just picked up the book a second ago, and now here I am going, I need more, right? And so that's kind of what this one was. It was, you know, I get on a plane flight, and it's 6:15 in the morning, right? So I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, catching a plane flight.
It's been fun times lately, guys.
Yeah, a little bit. So, you know, I'm on a 6:15 flight in the morning, and, you know, the lady next to me is like, oh, chatting. I'm like 6:15 in the morning, right? So I'm like, fine, whatever.
I should read some of the books, sorry.
So I was like, I'm gonna, I'll read. So I pull out the iPad, and I'm editing and going through and reading, and I'm just finishing up and everything, and I kind of look out the window, and we're taxiing up to the gate. Like, we went up, we came down,
and
landed.
he noticed none of it.
And I was just reading, you know, which was just fly, whatever. And so it was good. That's what I look for, right? When I'm reading her books, that's what you shoot for anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. We're happy about that.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be happy about that. Trust me.
It's really funny that I still have Postit Notes all over our dining room.
Oh, they're all over the place. I have Post-it notes everywhere. I should have stock in a Post-it note company, except for the fact that so we have this endless supply of Post-it notes because a company I used to work for, they had Post-it notes, like promotional Post-it notes with their number on top and everything. And I think I had somewhere in the realm of about 100 Post-it note stacks.
And I use Post-it notes for plotting and notes instead. Post-it notes and we're very symbiotic. And he's like, oh, why do I still have this box of Post-it notes? I'm just going to throw it away. And I was like, no, do not throw away the free Post-it notes.
We have Post-it notes everywhere around the house, but it's great.
They're not the exact ones I use for plotting because I use the full sticky ones for plotting. But these are great for covering your dining room table in Post-it notes.
We have a fantastic white dining room table.
Yes.
So it's white now anyway.
Covered in white Post-it notes.
True story.
And my RWRs over there.
So what was it about June that you liked? Right? So June's a new character.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who know the backstory, she's Eve's younger sister. We haven't really seen a lot of her.
No, she's only blipped. She's mentioned in the Storm Inside. She blips in and out for the wedding and Reflected in the Rain, and then she blips in and out and Never Let Go. And she doesn't appear in When Lightning Strikes at all. So this is really the first time that we get to meet June at all.
So why June, and what is it about her? How'd she become who she is?
Well, I enjoyed her because she's the youngest sister, and I'm an oldest sister. So I liked exploring that a little bit. My youngest sister. So the sisters in the Storm Inside, they reflect my own sisterhood. When I was writing The Storm Inside, I was like, ooh, what siblings will she have? How about two sisters, one that's a lot younger? Yeah. I know that situation. So June is much younger than Eve, and she's the youngest sister. And recently I've seen my youngest sister, who's now in college, going through a lot of the little sisterly stuff, and I was like, ooh, this would be fun to put myself in her shoes. What's she going through? So I like to dig into that, and then I liked that that conflict of my loyalty to my family. I love my family, and they are my world, but I love this man who I'm not supposed to want or have anything to do with whatsoever, and I feel like I'm being forced to choose between the two. And so she was a lot of fun to write because I got to play around with how do you make that choice, and is there a way to find a peace between the two.
Cool. What's your favorite scene? Put you on the spot now.
I don't know. Do you have a favorite scene? I'm thinking now. I had the most fun writing the scene at Rusty's.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was unexpected. That was cool.
That was the scene where I wrote it because I was like, oh, this will be a great scene. And then I looked at where it fit in the book and was like, why did I write this scene? And then I read it. It doesn't read right at all. And then I went back through in my revisions and decided to go with the past-present structure of the book, and I stuck it in there because I loved what happened in that scene so much with things that happen. I'll tell you what happens in the scene. But just know it's the Rusty's scene as you're reading the book. That's what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden it just fit when I did that. And then you were reading it and I was like, so what about that Rusty's scene? And you were like, it was great. I was like, whew, okay, we're good now. So I had a lot of fun writing that scene. And then, yeah, this is the one I had the most fun writing, I think. Well, that in the beginning.
I think I liked the lunch at the little taco stand, the little Cuban stand.
I wrote those back to back. I didn't think either scene was going to make it into the book.
They're both good, right? They're very different parts of the book.
Because then when I went back through, they got moved. Oh, that other scene when the club got moved to the front of the... I don't normally move my scenes around. I write linearly, and so the scenes are where they are. Every once in a while, usually with Storm Inside books, I end up going, oh no, this scene was supposed to go here.
So I read the first section, right? And I was like, all right, I'm ready to read the next section. She goes, all right, sure. I'll send you all these words, right? So I'll get you up to about halfway through the book. And at the end, you'll get the first sexy times, you know? And so, all right, cool. So she sends it to me, right? So I'm traveling. I'm on the road during the week right now. And so I'm getting around. I'm like, all right, cool. This is going to be good. I'm ready to start reading. And she goes, hold up. There was a scene that was later that doesn't work anymore. And it's got to go earlier because totally out of order. And so stop. And I'm like, I waited how many days to start this one? And now you're telling me to stop again? So I had to wait.
I'm a tease.
You're like the worst. But it's okay. It was good. It was fun. The way the scene moved was perfect, though. So it actually worked out really well. It was pretty seamless, which is funny considering that it wasn't supposed to be in that spot, but it just fell right in, which is good. So
sometimes things just happen. And it was funny. I realized I thought it was done. I sent you the stuff. And then I'm sitting at yoga. My kids go to yoga. And then when they go to soccer right afterward, it's our busy, like, crazy afternoon on Supermom Day. And I'm sitting there at yoga, reading through the next section, trying to figure out what's going to stay and go. And I was like, it's got to stay. And it's got to go before everything I just sent you. Stop. And I won't get to it for several hours because I will not be home. But I was sitting on the soccer bench at soccer. I'm like, yes, other parents. Yes, I am following what you're... No, I'm not following anything you're saying. I'm working on a book.
I'm on a deadline. I mean, you make her a sign that's like, sorry, don't talk to me. Like,
I made you a sign once for work.
Yeah, you did.
What did it say? Stop?
It says nope and still nope.
That's right.
Right? Because I was really busy at work and a lot of people come and asking questions. And so I was like, I just need a sign that tells people no. Like, nope. I don't care what your question is. The answer is nope. Right? And when they ask you again, still nope. And so she made me the sign and flip it around. I need to give her that sign so that she can take it to soccer when she's on a deadline.
Yep. Which is the opposite of nope. You love me.
I do. I absolutely do.
All right, so Summer Heat's on a Monday,
Yep.
which is in 2 days.
Yeah, check it out.
On the other side of the world, it's probably only like a day and 4 hours from now.
Math is my thing.
True.
Pick it up when you can. How about that? Pick it up as soon as you can. It's a good read. It's a fun read.
And he won't be here, so maybe I'll be doing another one of these to celebrate with humans.
I'll be commenting.
That would be fun.
True story. I'll be like 8 states away.
Don't tell me. We're not supposed to say stuff like that on the internets, right?
I'll be here. Got it?
I'm going to have 5. No, oh, there's so much lag on this video. Did you just see that?
I did. I saw like a...
The thumbs up, but it came in like 10 minutes ago.
Are you serious? That's really funny.
So hopefully we even recorded this.
I hope so.
Tired.
It says we have one person viewing. They've been viewing the whole time though, so
yeah,
that's cool.
we're excited.
That's Eileen. What's up?
So anyway, yeah. So the sexy editor and I are cheersing
Cheers.
another
book
into the universe.
Enjoy it.
Woo! And yeah, I'll be around. So if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them on the video, and I will answer them. And I might do another one. I don't know.
See you later. Bye.